Hello, Taurus, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. This is for Taurus and those with strong or significant Taurian placements in their charts for July. All right, now this message is coming at the end of July, so it's going to come with a lot of hindsight clarity for you, and the purpose of it all moving forward for the remainder of the month and into August. The beginning of my July was filled with vacation and blessed integration, so I'm excited to be here for you now in divine time and make sense of all of this for you. For those of you who are new and not familiar with me or the channel, please be aware that I have no filter and I do not sugarcoat my messages. I'm a very real and raw reader. Anything can come out of my mouth. I'm very well aware of this, okay? So if that is not your thing or you got kids around or something like that, just don't appreciate those messages. I'm always very respectful of that. I give you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, we are going to be getting into these messages for Taurus and Taurian energy for July. So, Spirit, please. What is the overall theme and or purpose for Taurus and Taurian energy for the month of July? What is the theme or purpose of Taurus and Taurian energy for July? Breathe. Breathe. Allowing yourself to be still and take it all in. This is card number 29. It is a card of self-mastery, the balance within the self, closing a cycle for you. July was a month where you were allowed to receive, to literally take it all in, that which is naturally abundant for you. Healing, truth, spirit guiding you, allowing yourself to be still, right? Allowing yourself to be still. What does this unfoldment look like? Spirit, if you'd be so kind, let me have 4 cards, one for each week. Stability and joy, the 4 of Wands in the reverse. The beginning of the month, you may have had your joy kind of up in the air or felt that your joy was unstable, that it wasn't solid, that you were experiencing joy or have experienced joy, but that it was not a solid joy, that there was a chance of it being taken from you. And that healed. The Star card comes out next, literally the heal card. The chains are broken. The karma's been broken. Dedicated efforts were made in painting the picture of a beautiful reality. And you're on your way. You're on your way to hitting your mark. But it may have a lot to do with facing challenging times, right? Because the 2 came out with the 5, where you felt the need to protect yourself from it. Somewhere you were refusing to see with the 2 of Swords on the bottom and the Fool or the Trust card on top. So Taurus, your joy cannot be taken from you. But there's effort in order for you to hit this bullseye, right? Because there's definitely a bullseye on the card. For you to hit this bullseye that is very close and within reach and within sight for you, there is a facing of challenging times. And I'm very much feeling like they're past, right? Past challenges. Feeling like an effort needs to be made. Towards the middle, going into the end of the month, in order for you to see this goal into the reality. Something about your joy is off or missing. Feeling like joy is unstable. For some of you, something is definitely missing. And it's about having to break the chains, right? Having to break the chains, whatever your chains are, whether it's a mindset or a person, an environment, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is for you, whatever you feel you are chained to. This is about putting in a dedicated effort to paint a beautiful picture and become a part of the creation of that beautiful picture. And if you want something, it is within your reach. It's a matter of effort. The healing comes with your effort. You have to face a challenge. A challenge that maybe you've been protecting yourself from dealing with or shielding yourself from dealing with when you're not actually under threat. Maybe you've thought you are, but that's what you're refusing to see. You're refusing to see how it could be better than it is when it is. You've got to give and receive with someone. You've got to strengthen a bond with someone. Even if that bond that you're strengthening is with your own self, your own heart, your own intuition, and trusting that it's okay to move forward and overcome whatever this challenge is in order to hit the mark, in order to hit the manifestation and bring it into form. Because there's something you're refusing to see, thinking that you're challenged. Or thinking that you'll always deal with a certain scar, a certain missing whatever. That it'll never change. That has to shift. You've got to rise to the challenge. The part of yourself that's missing, that trusts your intuition, that trusts your soul, that trusts your healing, that trusts that love wins. You've got to be able to trust that. You might have to take ownership for shielding yourself from love. Especially if it's been loving yourself by pushing people who love you away. With your own choices or behavior, or being stubborn and refusing to shift or change and grow and be better. That you would bring out the more beautiful version of yourself instead of like the bullheadedness, right? The stubborn part of yourself that refuses to shift. But to showcase your strength and fortitude instead. To make your presence and the beauty of you very known. I think that's what's going to ultimately end up bringing joy and that stability back into your life. When you accept that joy and stability are something that you can put a dedicated effort into creating. You've got to be dedicated to create joy and stability and not disturb it. Not disturb it by being stubborn or bullheaded. Not seeing red when people are not in alignment with you. Make sure this month of July that you breathe and you stay centered and you listen to your intuition. You listen to your gut, you listen to your higher self. Don't let your ego see red and let it run away with you. Don't allow anger or stubbornness or bullheadedness run away with you, right? Step into your Taurian light instead. What card above all others, please, for Taurus and Taurian energy would you have as guidance for them moving forward into August, right? That they could take this message from July and utilize it to move forward into August. Spirit, what card above all others would you give to Taurus and Taurian energy? Those cross-watching. What message would you give to them? Angel of Jupiter awakens. Angel of Jupiter awakens. Card number 6. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. You might be dealing with a Sag. Or have a Sag in your life that has been trying to help you through this soul lesson, right? Of letting go of the stubborn, letting go of the push you have at other people that you feel are in your way or blocking you in some way. Jupiter is a planet of luck and abundance and blessings in disguise. Angel of Jupiter awaken. Beloved, within you there is magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. Awaken that keen spirit, hungry for the adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? Smile. Say yes to an adventure or an offer. Share vulnerability without fear. Take a step forward into the unknown. Dare to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you, as you, and for you. Embrace the courage of your own heart and dare to dream, beloved. The bold divine nature within you is calling you to great things, and now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a special message of guidance for you. You're being given an opportunity that can change your life. I just heard second chances. Don't hesitate to accept it. Act with more assertiveness, more generosity, and more playfulness and lighthearted spiritual authority than usual. This is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within yourself. If you're experiencing havoc in your life or in your soul, or sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as affirmation that yes, there is change, and yes, you are outgrowing what once was you. So you will be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next stage of growth. Whoever you're dealing with or whatever you're dealing with, if you are super stubborn in being yourself, like you are who you are and you're not going to change before, you're actually being given an opportunity to shift and change into a more beautiful version of yourself. Without the stubborn, without the push. Without the bull in a china shop, type of subconscious reaction to people who care about you being around does. Because the thing about Taurian energy, when it's in its shadow, it is like a bull in a china shop, and the people that love them are in their life and their behavior becomes erratic. They're not thinking about what they're doing, and it's pushing people away and making a mess of the reality. Taurian energy in its shadow. Taurian energy in its life is very beautiful. It creates stability for the people in their life by being consistent, by being solid and strong in that beautiful energy. Taurus, being ruled by Venus, is a divine feminine. Taurus, you are meant to receive the love of other people in your life. You're meant to receive that which is beautiful. I know sometimes when you feel like there is too much love around you, that an old part of you comes out that is not necessarily friendly or kind to the blessings that are around you. People don't understand what you're doing. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, why are you making a mess, right? Why are you doing something that might be so entertaining for you, but it's not entertaining for other people? It's funny to you, it's not funny to them. You know what I mean? Like, you're not taking it serious, but they are. And that behavior pushes people that you love away. This is about understanding that that shadow part of yourself can only exist if you let it. It can only exist if you let it. You can only push people away for so long before you realize you are alone. And that no one actually wants to be around you and love you because all you do is make a mess whenever they try. This is about making a dedicated effort to recognizing where you have come up short for yourself, where you have failed in compassion for other people, and have compassion now. Embrace with vulnerability your past mistakes, your past pushing, right, when you were in your shadow. And you just are who you are, and they're going to have to love you or not. And if they chose not, that's okay, because you had to learn that you don't necessarily love that part of yourself that pushes people away. You don't actually love that part of yourself. It pushes people that you love away. It's hard to love that part of yourself, to maintain it and keep it going, because it just is who you are. It doesn't have to be, though. You've chosen to be it every time you've let it become erratic and do what it does, instead of realizing it's not necessary to go there. It's not necessary. You don't have to be anything like you are. If apologies are in order, then apologies are in order. If ownership of mistakes is in order, then ownership of mistakes is in order. Like, this is a challenging issue that needs to be addressed, right? You're super close to being free of your shadow, Taurus. But you've got to go back and face the people that challenged you, the times that challenged you, the old version of yourself that has challenged you, and allow yourself to make a true effort in becoming a much more beautiful version of yourself. One that's not pushing, right? One that's not pushing. That's not entirely true. Taurus doesn't push people away because they don't love them. Taurus pushes people away because they think they don't love them, or afraid that they would. What if they do love me and I fuck it up somewhere along the line? If I push them away now, see, there's no sense in testing people's love. Let me make that super clear. If you're pushing at someone who loves you to test them, because if they really love you, they'll stay, you don't love them. Why would you test and push people that you love into a place where they have to decide whether or not they should tolerate your shit or not? Who the hell are you to challenge people, to challenge their love of you because you don't believe it? Because you don't believe it. Let me test them. Let me test them. Think about that. If someone is in your life consistently, around your energy consistently, they do for you or show up for you or allow you in their space consistently, they love you. They care about you. But the minute you start testing that and they realize you don't know that they love you or not, that you're testing them or bullying them with your energy, being the bull that you are, people aren't going to tolerate that. The bull in the china shop, making a mess. Love is fragile. Trust is fragile. don't think just because you think people don't love you means that they don't. They might love you a whole lot. They might love you a whole lot. And you're just not seeing it. No different than you loving them a whole lot. And they're just not seeing it when you're all like that. When you're testing them. They're not seeing how much you love them when you're testing them. They're seeing how much you don't trust them and their love of you when you're like that. They can't see how much you love them if you're too busy testing them. Because testing them and their love is bullshit. How would you like it if someone tested you and your love when you loved them? How would you like being tested? How would you like being thrown for a loop by someone that you love? Think about it. Think about it. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. You don't realize how beautiful your own self is when you let go of the bullheadedness, the stubbornness, the testing part, the I am who I am part. This is who I am. Why can't you be better? Why can't you be more beautiful? That's what you're testing them for. Life's a mirror. You're testing them to see how beautiful their love of you is. You're testing yourself to see how beautiful your love of you is. Your best self, your beautiful self, your light self, not your shadow. We're here in a realm of light. Earth is a light realm. It's a realm of light. Only light works here. Only light unlocks things here. Shadow creates shit. Shadow creates shit. Let it be a lesson to anybody here. Do not be so stubborn in who you are that you cannot grow and be better. That you cannot allow your most beautiful self to exist all on its own. You don't need to test if people love you because you're lovable and you know it. You test if people love you because there's parts of you that are unlovable and you want them to prove that they love you anyway. And they do love you anyway, they just won't tolerate it. There's a difference. There's a difference. Trust me, I know. I'm a Taurus North node. I get it. I get it. So, Taurus, I hope that helps. Until next time, this is Divine Rebel Racey, signing out. Remember always, love each other, and most importantly, love yourself. Bye, everybody.